And the next question is, Sanjose scale is an example of. Options are regular pest, exotic pest, endemic pest, and so Sanjose scale, which is one of the major pest in the apple. So the scientific name of this pest is Quadras pediotus penniciosis. Okay, so it is a serious, sap-sucking pest of apple, pear, peach, and other fruit trees and all. So what kind of pest it is? They asked. And the correct answer is Sanjo scale is an exotic pest. What does it mean? So this pest is not native to country or region. It was introduced accidentally from other countries. Okay, so that is the meaning of exotic pest. Generally, this pest is native to China. So what happened? It was accidentally introduced to California, which is located in US, right? In 1870s. Okay, so this was accidentally introduced in the San Jose area in the California. So that's why the name is derived from that. Then in India, it was first reported in Himachal Pradesh in 1967 on apple. How it was introduced? So there may be some materials, right? So through some imported nursery materials, this pest infestation was reported. Since it is not native to India but introduced and now established in the apple growing areas. So that's why it is called as the exotic pest. This is very important question. And the regular pest means that this pest usually occurs regularly every year on a crop in a particular locality. So Sanju scale can be regular in the Himachal Pradesh area, but the classification exotic comes from its origin, not frequency. Okay. And endemic pest usually those pest is confined to the particular area and native to the particular area, right? So Sanjo scale is not native to India, right? It's spread from China to US and from US to India. So it's not a endemic, right? Then comes none of the above means none of the above is also given as the answer. So the correct answer is exotic pest. And the next question is rice variety resistant to BPH. BPH resistant variety they asked. BPH means brown plant hopper. In Tamil, it is usually called as Pugaipan. Okay, so this BPH causes the very severe issue in the rice nursery seedlings and all. Okay, so the scientific name of this particular pest is Nilaparvata lugens. So remember one thing, whenever you are coming across the common name of pest, you should also remember the scientific name as well as family order. Okay, because there may be the questions asked from that area also. So whenever you are studying, please go through that also. So the options given for this are ADT 39, ADT 45, ADT 38, IR 50. What is ADT? ADT? ADT is nothing but Aududurai. So this variety is released from Aududurai. So that's why it is briefly mentioned as ADT. Okay. And IR means that is, Philippines released variety, which is the International Rice Research Institute, which is located in Philippines. Okay, those varieties usually started with IR. Okay, and the correct answer is ADT 45, which is the resistant to BPH. So this ADT 45 is the rice variety released by out of the region combined with the TNAU. Okay, so what kind of gene it may be possessing? So there may be some gene which causes the resistance to the particular pest, right? So it was genetically engineered. It was like a hybrid variety, GM crop. What kind of gene means that? BPH1, BPH1 gene, brown plant hopper 1 gene was incorporated into the plant. So which is possessing the resistance to the BPH. So it is specifically breed for the BPH resistant. It is a standard example for this. Okay, and ADT45, which is having the moderate resistance to the blast also. Okay, so this ADT45 is having the high resistance against BPH, and also it is possessing moderate resistance to blast, rice blast disease, right? That is pyrethroids and all. And why others are wrong is that ADT39, which is generally resistant to blast diseases and also moderately resistant to leaf folder, it is not known for BPH resistant because it is a short duration variety for summer season. And comes to the ADT38, which is generally released for the drought tolerance. Drought tolerance means ADT38. Okay, remember one thing. If the question is asked right, the drought tolerant rice variety means you should pick the answer ADT38. And it is highly suitable for rain with low lands. And this variety is specifically, susceptible to BPH, not resistant one. So the main trait incorporated in this variety is drought escape, drought tolerance, not the insect resistance one. And comes the ADT, sorry, IR50. IR50, it is a IRRI variety, IRRI variety, what is that? International Institute of Rice Research, which Rice Institute, which is located in Philippines, right? That is the IRRI variety, right? So this is the high yielding one and good cooking quality. This variety is having the good cooking quality, but it is susceptible to BPH still. So it is often used as the susceptible check in the BPH screening trails and all. Okay. And the next question is, storage pests are usually controlled by, in which method their population will get suppressed, they asked. So the options are termination, fumigation, elimination, and fertigation. So termination means that the act of ending or stopping something. Fumigation, it is a process of applying the toxic gas or vapor to kill something, right? So and comes the elimination means the complete removal of some pest from the area. Fertigation, as the name itself, we can easily think about fertilizers, right? So application of fertilizers which is dissolved in the irrigation water, and that can be given through drip or sprinkler systems. Okay, and the correct option is fumigation, because in this method where we will be giving the gaseous substances, right? So gaseous pesticides and all we will be employing in the large quantities just to kill the pest, okay, in the confined spaces. For an example, storage pests like rice weevil, that is Cytophilus oryzae, and red floor beetle, that is Tribolium castaneum, Capra beetle, that is Trochoderma granarium and all, which usually live inside the storage grains. So contact insects doesn't reach them. They cannot reach them, right? So basically they live inside. So fumigants, we should go for a fumigants. Then only it will cause the kill the our pest. Fumigants, what kind of fumigants we should go for means that fumigants like aluminum phosphide, methyl bromide, ethylene dibromide and all we can easily use, because those fumigants easily diffuse through the grain and it will kill all the life stages of insect. Egg, larva, pupa, adult, whichever is being inside the seed, those will get killed by those fumigants, aluminum phosphate, methyl bromide, and ethylene dibromide, which causes the severe effects on these life stages of insects. Okay, and termination, it is not a pest control method, right? It is termination means ending, right? So it is not relevant to this topic. And elimination is the same. It is not a pest control method. In a pest management, we talk about cultural, chemical, biological method, but elimination is not a technical term used for the storage pest control. Fertigation is relevant to the agronomy. So applying fertilizer through the irrigation, so it is irrelevant to this topic. It has nothing to do with the pest control in storage. So the correct answer is fumigation. Storage pest means fumigation pest. In that way, you can easily remember. Okay, if it is in the godown means think about gas. Gas means those gas will be diffusing. So how means through the fumigation only. And the next question is the most commonly used organic pesticide to control sucking pest. The options are castor oil, neem oil, pungam oil, mahua oil. And the correct answer is neem oil. So what is neem oil? This neem oil is extracted from the neem, Asadiracta indica. Okay, so the main active ingredient or active component of this particular pesticide is azadirachtin, which is having the insecticidal property, okay, to kill the pest. So the main thing is that if you apply the neem oil, there will be some effects on the pest, like either insects will not feed, anti-feedant effect it will create, or it will be repellent to the pest. Okay, and also it will disrupt the molting and all, molting, egg laying capacity in the sucking pest. So it is generally recommended against most of the sucking pest. Okay, so usually 3% is recommended. Okay, 3 ml per liter is usually recommended. And this neem oil is cheap and easily available, and it is registered under Insecticide Act 1968. So this is also accepted in organic certification. Okay, so for the sucking pest we can easily use this one since it is very cheaper. And why not others? Pungam oil is the karanja oil, right? So it is extracted from the Pungamia pinnata seeds. So the active compound is karanjin. This is also used against sucking pest, but this effectiveness is very lesser than the neem oil. Okay, and next comes the castor oil, which is extracted from the resinous communis castor, and this is generally used mainly as a sticking agent and used for making soap, not used as a pesticide. Okay, though it has some insecticidal property, but it is not recommended as the primary pesticides for the sucking pest, because resin is a component present in the particular oil is considered to be the toxic, so the usage of this oil is limited. Okay, and mahua oil means that this is taken from the manduka indica plant. So this mahua oil is used as a rodenticides, and it is possessing the fish portion. So for the fish and all we can use this one. So it is having the fish poison, and it is not a standard recommendation for the sucking pest. The correct answer is neem oil. And the next question is an internal feeder of legume seed. So before this, you should know what is internal feeder, what is external feeder. So internal means we can easily guess from the term itself. So those pests which lives and feed inside the grain, right? So the larva usually enters the seed and complete their development inside the seed. External signs are very minimum until the adult emergence. So once the adult is emergence, we can barely see the hole. There will be some exit hole found in the seed. Okay, and external feeder means those pests, mainly feed on the outside of the grain. Okay, that will feed by scraping or chewing the grain surface, and most of the time it will be living outside the seeds. Okay, so here for this question, the options given are red flower beetle, that is Tribolium castaneum, and cigarette beetle. Cigarette beetle is also one of the very important pest, that is Lasioderma sericone. Then pulse beetle, Calosobruchus species. Then Capra beetle, which is Strogoderma granarium. And the correct answer is pulse beetle, which is Calosobruchus chinensis, Calosobruchus maculatus. Okay, and the common names are pulse beetle, and also we can tell cowpea weevil and all. So this is the type of internal feeder. Okay, here the female of this particular insect lay the eggs on the seed surface. So the eggs will be laid on the seed surface, but once after the larva emergence, what happened? This larva will feed the internal tissue of the seed. So it will bore into the internal tissue of the seed, and it will feed on them. So it will feed all the internal tissues, and adult usually emerge by making the exit hole in the seed. Okay, so that those seeds will become hollow, that will be unfit for the consumption and all. And why others are wrong means red floor beetle and this cigarette beetle, cabra beetle, and all usually external feeder, not an internal feeder. So this will usually feed on the outside of the seed, not the inside. They usually don't bore inside a whole legume seeds. They are the external feeders. Okay. And the next question is aphids are the vectors of banana bunchy top, brinjal little leaf, cardamom mosaic, cowpea mosaic. So aphid is the important sucking pest, right? So it is acting as a vector. Vector means this will carry the diseases in the plant. It acts as a vector. So here the options are given, the different diseases are given, in which diseases are carried by the aphid they asked. So these are the different options given for this. And the correct answer is banana bunchy top, cardamom mosaic, and cowpea mosaic. These three diseases where the aphids are acting as the vector, right? So the here the option is C, 1, 3, and 4 of the above. Because this banana bunchy top is usually transmitted by banana aphid, that is called Pentalonia nigronervosa. Okay, so that is a very important pest usually occurring in the banana. So it causes the persistent transmission. And brinjal little leaf, this is not transmitted by any aphid. So this is usually transmitted by leaf hopper. That is Hisimonus phycetus. That is not an aphid, right? So, and also you should remember this brinjal little leaf is the phytoplasma disease. Okay, and this aphids are not the vector for the phytoplasma. They usually, carry the viruses. Okay, and this is the trap option. So leaf hopper is the not the correct answer here. Next, cardamom mosaic. This one is transmitted by Pentalonia calodi and Pentalonia nigronervosa. Two kind of aphids can be transmitted this disease. Pentalonia callidi, Caladi, callidi. That usually occurs in cardamom, and Pentalonia nigronervosa. That that is a banana aphid. Okay, and here the aphid is the main vector. And next comes cowpea mosaic, which is also transmitted by cowpea aphid. That is Apis craziora. Okay, and this is also transmitted by some beetles, but aphid is the major vector. So overall, aphid is a major vector for most of the plant viral diseases, especially viruses, viruses, and are usually carried by aphids, right? So here the odd man out is brinjal little leaf, which is caused by the phytoplasma disease, that is mainly transmitted by leaf hopper. And next is rice Tungro virus is transmitted by. What is Tungro virus? So this virus is generally complex of two viruses, that is rice Tungro bacilliform virus and rice Tungro spherical virus. So that's why it is the complex of bacilliform, that is RTBV, rice Tungro bacilliform virus, then RTSV, that is spherical virus. Okay, so this particular virus is transmitted by. The options given for this are blue leaf hopper, brown plant hopper, that is BPH, and green leaf hopper, which is GLH, and white leaf hopper, which is WLH. Correct answer is green leaf hopper, which is Nephrotitis virescens. And remember one thing, there are different species reported in the green leaf hopper. Nephrotitis barrescens, Nephrotitis nigropictus, Nephrotitis malayanus. Okay, so what happened? This green leaf hopper acquired this virus in 30 minutes, and this virus will be retained within the body for 3 to 7 days. Around 1 week, it will be stayed in the green leaf hopper body, and then after it will be transmitted. Okay, in 30 minutes feeding. So while it is feeding the rice for 30 minutes, parallelly it will transmit also. So that's why it is a semi-persistent transmission. We can usually called semi-persistent transmission. This virus is the most efficient and common vector in India. Okay, and this GLH causes stunted and yellow color discoloration and all. Okay, so this is a major diseases in Southeast Asia. And why others are wrong? Blue leaf hopper, it is not a vector of viral diseases. It is a pest. Okay, it may be associated with some rice yellow dwarf phytoplasma diseases and all. Then brown plant hopper Nila parvata lugens, which is the vector for rice grassy stunt, rice ragged stunt. Okay, and this BPH causes the hopper burn by direct feeding, but it doesn't transmit the rice Tungro virus. And white leaf hopper, that is Cophana spectra, which is a vector of rice transitory yellowing virus. So everything is acting as a vector, but not for Tungro virus except GLH. Okay. And the next question is, universal antidote is the mixture of. What is antidote? Antidote is the substance which counteract the effect of poison or toxin. Okay, so how it usually works, it will prevent the poison from being absorbed and also neutralize the poison and blocking the poison from acting on its target site. Okay, and the options given for this are charcoal and lime, and MgO and charcoal, activated charcoal and talc, then activated charcoal, tannic acid and MgO. And the correct answer is D, option D, activated charcoal, tannic acid and MgO. Okay, why means this particular antidote will be given as 2:1:1 ratio, because this activated charcoal is a physical absorbent, means that it absorbs most of the organic poisons, alkaloids and all, and also prevent the absorption of those toxic substance into the body. Okay, and tannic acid, which is the chemical antidote, usually helps in precipitating the alkaloid and heavy metals as the insoluble form. And magnesium oxide is the chemical neutralizer, generally neutralize the acids and form the insoluble magnesium salt. Okay, so why others are wrong means charcoal and lime. So this is not a standard antidote. Lime is uh, sometimes causing the damage, so not safe for oral use when it comes to poisoning. Then MgO charcoal here, the tannic acid is missed because this is a major thing, tannic acid. Okay, so this combo only absorb and neutralize the acid but doesn't precipitate the alkaloid. So the antidote should be absorb the organic pesticides and neutralize the acids, and it should precipitate the alkaloid. So if the antidote is having these three principal effects means then only it can be recommended. But here, tannic acid is missed means it doesn't precipitate the alkaloid. So this is not a universal one. And next here, in the case of option C, the tannic acid is missed, right? Tannic acid and MgO is missed. And talc is a generally inert one, which is used as a filler. So it has no antidote property. So this combo doesn't usually neutralize or precipitate the poison. So the correct answer is activated charcoal, tannic acid and magnesium oxide, which should be given in as 2:1 ratio. Okay. So here two statements are given and they ask which statement is true and which one is false. So statement A is synthetic pyrethroids or effective against cotton bollworms. And statement B is synthetic pyrethroids often induce the resurgence of whitefly. What is synthetic pyrethroids? So pyrethroid is the poison generally extracted from the chrysanthemum. Synthetic means those poison is made in the laboratory. So that poison will be made synthetically in the laboratory. That is called synthetic pyrethroid. That is not a natural pyrethrin toxin. Okay, so these pesticides are effective against cotton bollworm and induce the resurgence of whitefly, they asked. So the different options are given. Statement A is true, but B is false. Statement A is false, but B is true. Both statement are false and both are true. They have given. Yes, the correct answer is both the statements are true. Synthetic pyrethroids are effective against cotton bollworm and also helps to induce the resurgence of the whitefly. So the examples for the synthetic pyrethroids are cypermethrin, deltamethrin, fenvalerate, lambda cyclothrin and all. So usually those pesticides are having the contact and stomach poison effect. Okay, and those pesticides will act on the sodium channel of nerve cells in the insect. So if they act on the sodium channels, there will be the rapid knockdown happens. Okay, so that our insect will die. So this is the standard chemical helps for controlling the cotton bollworm. And the next question is the volume of spray fluid required under the high volume spray. So remember one thing, sprayers are different, right? High volume sprayer is there, low volume sprayer and ULV sprayer. Okay, that is ultra low volume sprayer. Here the question is asked like under high volume sprayer, how much volume of spray fluid is required? And the options given for this are 200 to 300 liter per acre, 300 to 400, 400 to 500, 500 to 600. Okay. And the correct answer is actually here, the direct correct answer is not given. The answer is more than 400. That is the correct answer. But here they have given 300 to 400 liter per acre. So remember one thing, as of now, you just remember this. But in general, I will give you some ideas. Like high volume spray means more than 400 liters or like that much liters are required to complete the 1 hectare area. In case of high volume spray, low volume spray means 5 to 400 liters of spray fluids are required. Okay, when it comes to ULV sprayer, like ultra low volume sprayer means less than 5 liter is actually enough to cover the hectare area. Okay, for an example, high volume sprayers or knapsack sprayer, foot sprayer, and rocker sprayer and all. They are very big size and they can accommodate a lot of very lot of quantity they can accommodate in that knapsack, then rocker sprayer, then fruit sprayer. Then low volume sprayer means that power sprayer and mist blower. Power and mist, PM. Just remember PM or low, right? Then ULV sprayers are generally, that is electrodyne sprayer. It is operating, in the current. Okay, electrodic sprayer is only available for cypermethrin. But a rocker sprayer and food sprayer and all, that is used for spraying the trees and tall crops and all. Okay, so here the answer is 300 to 400 liter, but the actual answer is more than 400 liter is enough. Okay, and less than 5 means ULB, 5 to 400 means low sprayer, low volume sprayer. So this is how you can easily remember this. And the next question is, which of the following crop has the maximum consumer of pesticides in Tamil Nadu? Option A is coffee, option B grapes, option C paddy, option D is sugarcane. And the correct answer is grapes. Why? Because grapes are among the most heavily treated crops in Tamil Nadu due to their high market value. Why? Because that the crop is having more susceptibility to insects and diseases and all. So this will make the farmers to use the more pesticides in the crop just to alleviate the effects of fungal diseases, downy mildew, and powdery diseases and all. Okay, and also the vineyards faces multiple attacks from the pest like flea beetle, thrips and mealybugs and all. So this will cause the aggravate effect in the grapevine field. Okay, so this will make the farmers to use the pesticides more. And when it comes to the profitability, like grapes are usually having the high lucrative cash crop, right? So farmers often heavily invest in the chemical input to ensure the cosmetic perfection and high yield. Okay, which is necessary for their crops to have the good market price. So that's why that is the reason. And also per hectare wise, the consumption is more in grapes when compared to other crops. Okay.